Hello, welcome. We're in Algebra 1. Today we begin the second learning target, which is about graphing, identifying, and interpreting key features of linear functions and expressing the function in any form. Basically, we're talking about the combination between linear functions, which make line graphs, and the equations of those graphs. Today, we're going to start off with some stuff that should be a lot of repetition from your prior math class. We've got equations. We're going to make tables out of the equations. We're going to make graphs out of the tables. Then we're going to talk about slope and y-intercept. Let's get going. So here we got this first one, y equals 3x minus 2 in example 1. And our first x value is negative 3. So we can go ahead and substitute negative 3 in for x in the equation. That gives us a y value of negative 11. So the ordered pair, the xy pair, is negative 3 comma negative 11. Since the y value is so low, we can't graph it. Next one. X value is negative 1, so we go ahead and substitute that in. We'll get a y value of negative 5. So the ordered pair is negative 1 comma negative 5. That one can be graphed, so there we go, boop. All right, now plug in 0. Get negative 2. The point is 0 comma negative 2, and we, boom, have a point. Okay, next one, 2. Y value of 4. So our point is 2 comma 4. And boom. All right, next x value of 4. Y value will be 10. Point is 4 comma 10. And boom goes the point. All right, at this point, we should be making a line. So arrows on the ends. Please use a straight edge to make perfectly straight lines. I am terribly sorry that on the iPad it is impossible to draw with a straight edge beautifully. On paper, I expect you to do better. All right, now we need to talk about slope. Slope is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to go from one point to the next point, and notice that went up 3 and right 1. On the other hand, if I went from one point to the next point over there, it goes up 6 and right 2. Slope is the fraction that's made with these numbers. So for the first one, for example, it's 3 over 1. For the second one, it's 6 over 2. Hey, what do you know? They're both the same number. They're both 3. The slope is 3. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, and whoop, that's there, and there is the point 0 comma negative 2. We're in business, folks. That's the first example. Let's move on. Second example. New line, y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Good times. This time you get to pick your own x values. There's one best number to always pick first for x, and it is 0. Substitute it in. Gives you a y value of 4. Point is 0 comma 4. And boom. All right, next point. Now be careful on this. I did choose because I'm going to multiply them by a half, and so that's like dividing by 2. So I want to pick numbers that are multiples of 2 here. So I chose 2, and that works out nicely because that makes a nice number of 5. So we have the point 2 comma 5. If you didn't want to choose an even number, it would have worked out okay. You would have had decimals. Whatever. Decimal, schmecimal. You could have worked through it. All right. Again, because I'm going to divide by 2 with that multiplying by 1/2 business, easiest to choose numbers that divide nicely by 2. So 6. So 4 comma 6. And boom. All right. Moving on. Now, I got bored of positive numbers, so I chose negative 2 next. We should not fear the negative numbers. Y value is 3. And negative 2, 3. What's the point? Boom. All right, last one, -4. So substitute in -4. Get 2 for the y value. And -4, 2, boom. Okay. Make a line. Again, please use a straight edge with arrows on the end to show that the line goes forever. We just stopped making the table after 5 points, but the line itself goes forever. Okay, now slope time. Between 2 points, notice it goes up 1 and right 2. This time I jumped a point from one point, skipping a point to the next point. It's up 2, right 4. Making some fun fraction style. 1 over 2 or 2 over 4. Boom, 1/2. The rate of change, the slope. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. We have the point there, 0, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving forward. That is the end of the second example. We made a table, made a line, made a slope, made a y-intercept, and now it does not say y equals. It says 2x plus y equals -6. Okay. More work to do this time as we go through it. So, begin with a good x choice. 0. 0 is always the good x choice. So, substitute it in, and I just chose to write here, let's see, 2 times 0 is 0. So, boom, y is -6. I can do that. 0, -6. Dot. Okay. Choose another one. I chose 1. So 2 times 1 plus y equals -6. 2 times 1 is 2. So it's really 2 plus y equals -6. Take the 2 off. Subtract the 2 from both sides. Y equals -8. Point 1, -8. Dot. Next point. 2. Let x be 2. 2 times 2 plus y equals -6. 2 times 2 is 4. So then you subtract the 4 from each side. Y equals -10. Oops, there we go. So the point 2, -10. And dot. All right. I got tired of positive numbers, so let's do -1 for x. 2 times -1 plus y equals -6. That's -2. Now here, since it's -2 plus y equals -6, you need to add 2 to each side. So y equals -4. Alright, so the point's -1, -4. And dot. Alright, another point, another x value. I'm choosing -2. There we go. I'm not really sure why I waited until just now to write in the -2. Apologies. Now, notice you need to add 4 because we have that -4 sitting out there. Y equals -2. So we have the point -2, -2. And dot. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving forward. We can now line it with arrows because it goes forever, both ways. Slope. All right, now this one is going down 2 and right 1. So that makes it -2 over 1, which, just to make it look like you know what we're doing, we'll write as -2. Okay, I didn't show more dots this time, but I hope you believe me after the first couple. It'll always reduce to the same thing anyway. Y-intercept time. Boom, there we have it. So that's down at -6, so it's the point 0, -6. Third example, got a little bit harder. Have to solve equations each time to get the y's. It can be done. These are things you can do. Alright, next one. Oh my gosh. Now it's 2x minus 3y equals -6. Alright, same thing as before. Pick an x. If you haven't already picked 0, you're not paying attention. Okay, so we plug in 0. So 0, alright, so 2 times 0 is 0, wah, wah, wah. Okay, so that 0 over there, but we need to divide by -3. Y equals 2. All right, we got the point 0, 2. It's good times. Dot. Okay, pick another x. Now, before, in example 2, we had a fraction like y equals 1/2 x. I said pick numbers that 2 goes into because you're kind of dividing by 2, and that was true. Here, because it says 3y, you're going to want to pick things that 3 goes into. Again, if you don't, you'll still get nice decimal versions, but if you want whole numbers or integers for your answer. So pick 3 for x. 2 times 3 minus 3y equals -6. Let's see, that 2 times 3 is really 6. Need to subtract 6 from each side. So -3y equals -12. If you divide both sides by -3, y equals 4. Boom. 3, 4. We can dot, indeed. Okay, next one. 6. 2 times 6 minus 3y equals -6. 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 minus 3y equals -6. Subtract the 12. Subtract the 12. -3y equals -18. Divide by -3. Divide by -3. Y equals 6. All right. So we have the point 6, 6 and put a good dot. Okay. Next one. We'll let x be 9. I'm feeling this going by 3 thing. It's working out well. 2 times 9 minus 3y equals -6. 2 times 9 is really 18. So 18 minus 3y equals -6. Got to subtract the 18. -3y equals -24. Now divide by -3. Y equals 8. Okay. 9, 8. Boom. All right. Now, we got one more x to fill in. You can probably see the line already, but still, we've got one more x to fill in. I'm out of space here, so I'm going to go ahead and use -3 for some negative numbers, and I'm going to erase some of that stuff from before. It's kind of in the way. You don't need to erase your stuff. You could just write it down below, around on the side, on the back of your favorite sonnet that you attach, whatever. Poetry is optional. Okay, here we go. X equals -3. 2 times -3 minus 3y equals -6. Okay, so 2 times -3 is -6. Now if you add 6, oh, it's 0. Yeah, it is, huh? Okay, so now we divide by -3. That's really not very exciting because it was 0. But hey, it's 0. Okay, so we have the point -3, 0. And so, boom. All right. We've got some dots lined up and lines and arrows. Okay. Now the slope. Between 2 of the dots, you'll notice it goes up 2 and right 3. And if you connect 2 more dots, it also goes up 2 and right 3. I'm not writing it down, but it's going up 2 and right 3. Again, between 2 dots, up 2 and right 3. Hey, the slope is 2 over 3. Yeah, done. Good times. Okay, that y-intercept. Boom, right there, crossing the y-axis. That's up at 2. So, 0, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We have made some tables. We have occasionally solved some equations in order to figure out the y's and finish the tables. We've made a graph. Started to calculate slope and y-intercept. We're going to talk more about how slope and y-intercept come in, especially straight up into the equations. Hopefully, by the end of the next couple classes, you won't be making tables anymore. You'll just be moving things confidently and correctly. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.